Am I on here? It is super late. Super late. Let me get Mike off the screen. Smash the like. All right, look, man. I want to play something first and foremost, man. Before I do that, who's up in here? Got the Pear Garden shirt on. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Mike, put your pants on. Sorry to hear that, Lisa. Sorry to hear that. Really sorry to hear that. But I will. Sally, how you doing? Second live tonight. Appreciate that, Stone C. The real Dahlia YouTube's in here. Mark. Can you feed it broccoli? Anyway, listen, man. I want everybody to hear something real fast. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the Wells. Good morning, good evening, whatever. Look, man, it's sad. I don't even know how to say it. It's actually an open chat. Moderators, I don't want people getting blocked if they got a different opinion on the Wells case. There was something that was released a little bit ago. I didn't talk about it. And I knew about it far before it was released. I spoke with Don about it. I have a pretty good relationship with Don. I have an all right relationship with Candace, more so Don. My wife has a good connection with Candace, but we're not ones to like run and put everything on YouTube. Why is there so much drama? The title says why. Why is there still so much drama? Let me say this first before I say anything. This video you're about to watch, this live stream, I don't. It has some new information, I guess, from the media regarding someone else's case, but I'm not about to tell you anything new that you already don't want to know. It sickens me that there's so many people addicted to the drama, that feed into the drama. And I try not to use Don and Candace like other YouTubers have for content. But I will go ahead and tell you some things. Maybe I shouldn't tell you tonight. With things that have been said between us. Okay. I'll do that. But first, I just want to make it very clear that two things. Two things. One, this is not any new breaking information. Maybe you maybe hear me say something that you haven't heard before. That's not new information. And two, my monetization is all the way on. My merch is linked below. All that. Anyone with a problem with that, hey, well, that's your problem, not mine. It is extremely hard to be a creator on YouTube, to be friendly with Don and Candace Wells. And solely because there's a bunch of morons on YouTube. Okay. You know what, Matt? You don't do that tonight. Don't do that. Be fair. Look at it from their point of view. Well, they got air high five? Bam. So with all that said, I want to show you something. In regards to Summer Wells, okay, forget about YouTube. Forget about YouTube. What has the media done? What has the sheriff said? Like law enforcement and real media. Like, what's happened? Well, something did happen not too long ago. It's kind of like swept under the rug on YouTube. Why? Why? I hope to God what I'm about to show you, you're not going to see for the first time on Whiteboard Radio. I hope to God, but I know that some will. This will be the first time you see this. Don told me about 2 months ago that he was going to do this interview, and I had a problem with it because I have experience with the journalist here that I've been very vocal about in the past. But I want to bring you the only new information as far as legacy media goes and bring it down and break it down with you. So we're going to listen to it once, and then we're going to listen to it breaking it down, and then I'm gonna show some screenshots about some really stupid shit, and just understand why there are so many people doing what they're doing. Best way I can say it. So here, I'm gonna play this. What's up, Dan? What's up, Danielle? Joanne, you're up too. All the loyal supporters are up in here and up. What's up, Adele? How are you? Dee Dee's in here. You missed the last one. Skunk, you're up. It's never. So the shirt, somebody mailed this to me. It says "Abso-freaking-lutely right." Swear garden. What's his face mailed to me? Chill Billy. He makes really good merch. What's up, Selena? So listen. If you haven't seen this, man, you should see this because people like the Lab and Drug No Thanks, they would never show you this. Well, they probably would. I mean, I don't watch these channels. I really highly despise all these guys. But if listen, it's 2023. The media, if you don't think CNN, Fox, all of them on either side of the aisle, if it's left or right, if you don't think that they understand clickbait and how to get your attention with titles and come on, man, I don't know what to tell you. But if I want you, I'll play this video. Okay, it was released on the 15th. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. But I really want you to listen to the video. Okay, listen to the video. And there's going to be somebody in here. Thank you, Stone. I appreciate you smashing the members. I really do. Look, monetization is on. Okay, feel free to do what you do. I'm not asking, and I never do, but it is not easy doing what I do over here. I stick up for families, victims, people getting cyberbullied. Look here. Let me tell you something. Quick story before I play this. So this week, I really did not want to say this, but I'll say it. I'll say it because it needs to get rubbed in, and the person needs to feel really stupid. Some woman, and if in my guess, it has to be someone who hates the Wells, decided to call my probation officer. Sure did. Say that I was driving drunk, using fentanyl on blank day, right? So by law, my PO has to call me. And said person calls me and says, Matt, hey, I got a report of this and that. I say, oh, really? When did you get this? Got it yesterday. Before I could say the next word, the person says, when was your last drug screen? I said, Mr. or Mrs. Blank, it was yesterday. I said, I find this comical. So somebody on the internet called my probation officer, hear me out, says that it was a woman. I was able to get the gender out of the probation officer. It was a woman, and this woman claimed to be with me in a car. I was drinking, driving, and using fentanyl. So real quick, I said, hey, so let me ask you this. Being that you know, because you could see it, the results get emailed directly over to you that everything's clean. So this idiot who disagrees with my ideology or alliances on the internet, whatever their Karen grievance is. So this person Do you have the phone number? Yep, I have it stored. Do they call you private? No, I have the area code and everything. I'm not giving it to you, Matt. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Since you know this moron completely lied on me, and I literally went and took a random piss test the day that they had a caring comment, can I now reverse it and say, yes, I was with that person and they were in my car, but the dope has to be theirs? Can I press charges? Can we switch it up? My answer, this is why I didn't want to call you, and I would have called Noel, but I don't know if you're cheating on your wife or not. But by the 2 minutes I've talked to you on the phone, I realize that this is completely false, and you want to pretty much butt fuck the person who called on you. But I would have called your wife first. So my PO is so used to this that only in this instance, usually the phone calls go to Noel because this person does not even want to call me. This is an issue I've brought to a friggin' sitting congressman, Byron Donalds. But I'm not going to say too much. Look, if it wasn't a woman that did this, I wouldn't have got the call. Noel would have gotten it. But it's comical. These people try so hard. They reach so hard. And all I can do is play defense and try to like make them wear it. Like think about it. Think about it. They're saying that they're in the car with me, that I'm using fentanyl and I'm driving drunk. Well, I mean they're so stupid that they're admitting to like guilt at some point. Like, so I'm trying my hardest to switch it up. Like, yeah, it was me. But what had happened was it was her dope. I pissed clean the day that you called. But she wouldn't allow me to do that. And I wish I had a PO that would let me do that. But I'm just gonna say that there. But let me play this, man. I'm gonna jump off the screen for a second. This video is about 4 minutes long. This is the last media update regarding Summer Wells. And I really urge you to pay attention to how they present everything. As you're listening to this News Nation update as of like last week, I need you to think, what they saying have things to do with the case? Yes or no? That's all I ask.
Had to leave the state. Now the two live in a motel. Today, we bring you a missing persons case from across the country. And today we have an update to a case we have covered before that has gripped the attention of people from all over the world. Today marks 2 years since a little girl in Tennessee vanished from her rural home. Her name is Summer Wells. And what you're seeing here is a brand new age progression photo from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. This is what Summer may look like today. She'd be 7 years old. She was 5 when she disappeared. All of the attention on Summer's case has led to dead-end tips for investigators, even harassment towards her parents. Now law enforcement are tight-lipped about what they know about the case. Summer's father sat down with News Nation to keep his daughter's case in the headlines. This is Summer Wells. The 5-year-old lived at this house in Rogersville, Tennessee, a tight-knit community of less than 5,000 people. On June 15th, 2021, her parents say Summer was helping plant flowers with her mom and grandmother.
She wanted to go into the house. My wife watched her go into the door, and she went into the house, and the boys were on the internet, of course. She wanted to go downstairs and play with her toys.
I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight.
2 years after her parents, Don and Candace Wells, gave those accounts, that's still all we know about the last time Summer was seen. Almost immediately, Summer's parents became the center of a police investigation.
Summer's parents, Candace and Dawn, had something to do with this, or have you ruled that out?
Don't rule anything out. Everything's possible.
Could she have gotten herself into a situation where it wasn't her fault, but
No,
you know what I mean?
no. She's a good mother. She loves her children. She's not going to allow any situation like that. The biggest mistake she might have made is maybe choosing some wrong friends, which is, it happens.
Don Wells pleaded guilty to driving under the influence last year. Candace also filed an order of protection against him, but asked for it to be dismissed. He now faces criminal charges in 3 states, including a domestic assault arrest in 2020. 2 years later, investigators have not charged either Don or his wife in connection to Summer's disappearance.
Everybody makes mistakes, and we all have to learn and go on. We're doing better. It's still very rough for my wife.
Don Wells sat down with News Nation to talk about where the case stands today. His wife hasn't sat down for an interview since this appearance on Dr. Phil in 2021, where she walked out of an interview in Texas.
No, I'm being interrogated again, and I don't want to do this. Yes, I am.
We'll stop. I want you to feel comfortable.
Since Summer's disappearance, Don says their life has been consumed by harassment from people online who believe they're responsible for whatever happened to Summer.
Before you know it, you're getting a mob going. My wife could go to the store and somebody would scream at her, baby killer. Candace.
He sent us videos from one of his job sites where some people were demanding to speak with them about the case.
We're gonna follow you if we wait here all day.
Don says it's gotten so bad he had to leave the state. Now the two live in a motel in Arkansas, where Don was able to find a new job. As for Summer's case, Don says they have private investigators working with police. The Hawkins County Sheriff's Office is still working alongside the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Both agencies declined to give us an interview. Don says he hasn't learned anything new from police, but has always said he believes Summer was abducted. In the past, the sheriff said there's no evidence that happened.
Nothing pointing to abduction, nothing pointing to foul play, other than her walking outside the house and not being found.
There was also a key tip from a neighbor in 2021. A woman and her teen children told police they heard a scream about an hour before Summer went missing.
I wish every day that when I heard that scream, I hadn't tried.
But the sheriff said after multiple interviews, that tip led nowhere. One clue they're still looking for is a pickup truck seen in the area around the time Summer vanished. It's described as a red or maroon Toyota truck with ladders on the back. Even if it's found, police aren't sure if the truck is connected to the case.
I do have hope. Whatever the outcome is, I have hope in God. One day, either sooner or later, I will be with my daughter again.
The sheriff declined an interview in the case. He did email us, though, saying he expects an update on the case in the near future. Also, Don and Candace have 3 boys. They were taken by Child Services a month after Summer's disappearance. Don says they have not been allowed to talk to their boys in half a year, but he hopes to get them back.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal?
All right, so we're actually going to go over that and break a lot of things down. Before we do, and I don't care what your view is on the Wells, man, I need you to understand something. This is White Boy Radio. I've talked to Don and Candace Wells many times. I've tried, I don't raise money over here. I don't do crowdfunding. I've tried to raise them some money when they're in some tough spots through personal phone calls. And, things like this have happened before. I've called Candace, excited that I was able to raise her some money. Because I know at this point in time, some of the situations that they were in. And what I got as a response, it was, a mother break down and cry and tell me that she doesn't want money. She wants her daughter, and the thing is, we're going to re-listen to this video, and I'm going to break some things down. There's a lot of things Don and Candace have told me that I don't put on the internet because I respect people's privacies. Tonight, we're going to be going over the idiot prayer garden in her chat, and we're also going to be going over some woman who reached out to me about Summerwell's buddy bench. But I respect people's privacy. I don't care who you are. I just do. But unless you're really being spiteful. And with that said, if you follow my Facebook and you're trying to be really mean and you hate if I post my videos on Facebook or even in a group, I'm gonna say this one time and one time only. You're not Billie Jean 76 on Facebook like you are on YouTube. You're not, Mama June 4598. No, you're Jane Smith. And I can click view profile and I can scroll down and see all your mishaps in life of when you posted about that CPS case that you caught. Please, for the love of Jesus Christ, himself, do not start trolling me on Facebook with your government name because I'm going to make you look like the couple that you hate. And if you've already done that on Facebook, it's too late. That's coming soon. Sorry, not sorry. Be careful with your hate. It might just come back and bite you in the ass. But furthermore, man, this is done by News Nation and somebody who interviewed Don. And I knew this interview was going to happen. I didn't say anything on the internet. I promised I wouldn't. And anything that I promised that I wouldn't repeat, I never done. I try to show that there are some YouTubers that are real to the wells. And I know that they beyond see it with me, not only me, but my wife. When I asked who this upcoming media interview was going to be, he told me. And I said, dude, be careful. Because the person who met Don, as you see on that video, was none other than Brian Enton, who I just spoke about not too recently with the Zap Girl situation. I told you guys in that live video with Zap Girl, this dude's a snake. What's really also weird is as we watch this, there's a moment where they put all the tragedy pimps. I put Skunk's comment on the screen where he said, "Is that Betty in the yellow shirt?" I said, "No, that was Molly." They put the tragedy pimps on the screen. The whole group of when they went to Tennessee. Remember, I not only know Brian Enton from the Gabby Petito case, I know his ways. I know what he tried to do with me. I've spoke about it a million times on this channel, how I straightened that dude because he tried to lie on me, how he was scared of me. I know his little fucking ways. But the whole group of people, the tragedy pimps, hey, look, I also know their ways. And so does my wife. We know all their ways. So much to where we pull up on a meet and greet and they claim she's got machine guns in her hair. You can't make this shit up. Okay? The problem is this connection of tragedy pimps, Brian Enton, and that group of people. If you can recall back to the live where we reviewed the Vanity Fair article, which Brian Enton was in, he's scared of Bullhorn Betty. His words, not mine. His words, not mine. Scared of what? Why are you scared, bro? My wife, when me and Whitey pulled up, they didn't want no pressure. They had House of Weenies talking about switchblades and hair knots. You can't even make it up. But I just want to roll back before I talk about some ridiculous Summerwell's drama that I'm included in with receipts and break it down. I just want, like I said in the title, everyone's invited. because I understand that not everybody looks at this the same as me, and that's okay. And that's okay. I didn't feel the way that I did now in the beginning. Now, if you ask me the difference, well, what was the why, white boy, we remember your videos when you talk shit about the wells. Okay, you did? Well, I put them all on private. Well, white boy, why did you feel like that then? YouTube. So what's the sudden change of feeling? Well, I know the wells. I've spoken to them. If I think back to them being so depressed about their current situation, where they picked up alcohol and stuff, like, you know, I've also been incarcerated. Like, I know that these people are hitting live panels, like panel after panel after panel. Like, if they're drunk and high, why aren't they slipping up? Never. Okay, I can tell you that I don't repeat some things that are told to me. It's because it's about creators, and I'm telling them, hey, be careful. I'm not going to jump on YouTube and talk about that, because I want them to see them burn them, because I've already seen what's happened in the past. And there's a few that are real shit. I'll stop there. But Brian Enton, let's watch that back. I want to watch this back. No, Danny, and to be honest, man, I know some of this comment that you're saying that are very good parents. I'm not for anybody using drugs and being a parent. I'm not for it, and nobody should be. But I would be lying to you. I'd be lying to you as a former addict that didn't have addict friends that used drugs and were good parents. They had a monkey on their back. They had to get their fix, but they made sure them birthdays were good. Them Christmases, good. I could not call them people bad parents. I'm just speaking personal experience right here. That's it. I'm not saying that people should do that or that's okay. I'm just being real. I'm not going to come up here and just like sell you some friggin' bullshit that these people do all day. What's up, Shandia? I'm going to replay this video. I kept asking you guys to listen. Listen, okay? Now, I am the only person on YouTube in the entire true crime shit that not only knows the Wells, but that personally knows Brian Enton, okay? No one else can tell you that. Well, yeah, no one else can tell you that. Let me say that. Let me rephrase that. I'm the only person on YouTube besides Noelle, my wife, that can tell you they have a personal relationship with the Wells and Brian Enton. It wasn't one time I said what's up to him out there. I saw him every single day. I remember it's on the channel. If you look for it, you'll find it. I remember specifically when News Nation did that hit piece on the protesters. I went to the tent. I said, hey, where's Enton at? It was a woman. She hit me with the, my first time on the job. That's not going to work. Where's Enton at? All stuttering. Going over here, all stuttering about it. Don't worry about it. I'll be back tomorrow. Went back tomorrow. Guess what? Enton wasn't there. He was playing hooky until, guess what? The FBI press conference. He had to be there, kinda. He kinda had to be there. I approached him. The motherfucker ran like the little scrundle rat that he is. I wasn't letting him run. I'm running after him. Hey, Brian, quick question. Hard to find you, Brian. Hard to find you. He's a little bitch. He's a little shit starter, man. He's a little shit starter. I've said it, Zach, man. I've said it a million times, and I don't care what anybody says. I've had that with him. I know the Wells. Okay, I don't care about if you're watching Chris McDonough, who friggin' got sued for having kids admit to a murder they did not admit, and then there's a junkie clout chasing little bitch named Josh that wants to suck him off and repeats every narrative that he says, and I'll extend that to Doug too. Every single night, the same verbiage. These people go live every night with the same shit. But it's because of they can only create so much distractions and bullshit. They have to get a source of information from somewhere. And that's what we're talking about tonight, which is the last update altogether. Take YouTube out of it. From Legacy Media. The last possible update we have on Summer, we're going to review right now. I'm going to stop it and debunk it as we do it. Again, I don't care what you feel about the Wells. I just ask you to listen. Look at all this shit we gotta go through tonight. I'm gonna play this one more time. I'm gonna stop it. You guys know the deal. I'm not right and nobody's wrong, but all I'm saying is I know the guy who's interviewing Don, and I know what he did to me. And I know Don personally. I also have had a lot of interaction with a lot of these tragedy pimps that have really affected what you see on YouTube, to say the least. To put that in the nicest way I could.
From her rural home. Her name is Summer Wells, and what you're seeing here is a brand new age progression photo from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. May look like today. She'd be 7 years old. She was 5 when she disappeared. On has led to dead-end tips for investigators, even harassment towards her parents. Now law enforcement are tight-lipped about what they know about the case. Summer's father sat down with Newsnight's daughter in the headlines. This is Summer Wells. The 5-year-old lived at this house.
No. Okay, it's paused. Now law enforcement is tight-lipped about the case. That's funny. That is funny. I literally have been explaining this in real time and nobody pays it any attention. I just did a live a few days ago where this guy decides that he saw Candace Wells admit that Summer was in heaven. He calls all his tragedy pimp friends, and for the record, this guy here, he can't find a place on YouTube. It's actually comical. This guy is such a loser. He was a Molly simp. He tried his hardest to go to Drug No Thanks, and then Drug No Thanks got canceled. He doesn't know where he fits. And it's actually funny to watch in real time. But this dude calls TBI because he thinks a comment, which is so different than what Candace's screen name says, Can. He thinks a comment is Candace. He then repeats it to this other moron channel called Nana's Angels. And then this other obsessed woman named Michelle After Dark. That moron. This lady is all the way in Australia. Lady, do us a favor. Stay in Australia. You want to talk about the United States? Do us a favor. Talk about the political tension over here. Talk about how it's messed up that, listen, this is the thing I don't get about these people. How in the hell are you such a child advocate, but you're only focused on one case? Man, shit. Me and Noel have went to Erica Johnson's case right here in the city that I live. Went there and actually got answers behind it when she was missing. Police needed people. We went there. I didn't get a lot. That video did not get a lot of views. We also went to a crime scene right here in the county that I live in. Live, brought it to you guys. Didn't get a lot of views. But why am I doing that, right? If I have the ends and means to go to a missing persons case, right? Like right here by me, right? Or not even go to it, just talk about it. Just make a video about it. Why are all these people why do you only focus on Summer? You're doing it for a reason. You're doing it. It's very simple. You're all the way in Australia, obsessing over Summer Wells. So we needed you to do one video just to make sure that Australia knows that Summer's missing, and that's it. Lady, you have gone back and forth like the moron that you are. One day, you think Don and Candace is innocent. The next day, you think they're guilty. You don't know if you're coming, going, putting it in park, reverse, drive, doing a U-turn. Lady, please. Lady, you need to worry about Australia. There's a million people missing in Australia. You are solely focused on the United States of America. We do not need your help. We have plenty of true crime YouTubers covering Summer Wells. We do not need you. Michelle After Dark. Get a life. Get a fucking life. Get a life.
House in Rogersville, Tennessee, a tight-knit community of less than 5,000 people. On June
Real fast. Back to the moron. This guy. Got off point for a second. Back to this guy. Yeah, he has nice tits. We all understand that. I give him I would say like the lefty is bigger than the righty. We all know natural women like himself. We all know that they have like one titty that's bigger than the other one. The problem with this guy is, I don't know where he lives, never doxed him, but he's gone to the beach and he's got sand in his vagina. And he's calling TBI with these shenanigan phone calls. Just like Drug No Thanks, his bestie friend, his bestie. Drug No Thanks Investigates literally put me in a TBI phone call. That is the dumbest thing I've ever witnessed in my entire life. But this dude kind of topped it. He went to the beach with his left breast bigger than his right breast. He jumped in the water. He rode the wave. And he got sand in his vagina and clogged his butthole. Okay? Rumor has it. He farted one time. Okay? He farted one time. And Drug No Thanks Investigates was there and said, "Whoa, did you paint the walls white?" He said, "No, I just farted." Now, I don't know how to explain that to you or what the meaning is behind it. I'm just telling you the rumor. But this guy also calls TBI of a comment that's not Candace, but like the woman just said, they're being tight-lipped. Well, I wonder why. I wonder why the Tennessee FBI office, after pleading with the public 3 different times, hey, look, please, credible information. I wonder why they're being tight-lipped. Is it a conspiracy? What's funny is these people who blame Don and Candace and they're these conspiracy theorists. Like, I'm all about that life. I'm all about that life. But when you really break it down and get deep with these people, they all got the jab. Okay? They all talk woke. So whoa. You've already lost me. You've already lost me. So you mean to tell me that you're looking at this stuff on true crime that Tragedy Pimps are telling you, and they've got you on Conspiracy Island. Hey, I'm with you. But you just pulled your pants down and said, hey, I'll take 3 of those with a couple boosters. You lost me. You completely lost. Conversation done. Conversation completely done. But it ain't about the jab. It's about this is why TBI is just having common sense. Because every time they say something, a billion zillion YouTube tips come in.
June 15th, 2021, her parents say Summer was helping plant flowers with her mom and grandmother.
And she wanted to go into the house. My wife watched her go into the door, into the house. We're on the internet, of course. She wanted to go downstairs and play with her toys.
I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight.
2 years after her parents, Don and Candace Wells, gave those accounts, that's still all we know about the last. Most immediately, Summer's parents became the center of a police investigation.
Summer's parents, Candace and Dawn, had something to do with this, or have you ruled that out?
We haven't ruled anything out. Everything's possible.
Could she have gotten herself into a situation where it wasn't her?
Why did this guy request a interview with Don? He asked Don Wells, literally right here, if Candace had anything to do with it. Then he goes to Ronnie Lawson and says, did they have anything to do with it? Which, if you've followed the case, not on YouTube, but followed Ronnie Lawson, he's doubled down before. He kind of backtracked. In the beginning of his case, he says, they are not working with us. They have a lawyer, which was complete, utter bullshit. A part of the harassment they deal with on YouTube now is they don't have money for a lawyer to civilly go after people. That and a lot of other things. If you don't think I've tried to get them to sue people like Drug on No Thanks, all types of people, even the lab, Josh, he lives with his fucking grandma. The guy lives with his grandma. I've had his ex, I've had somebody who he pulled a romance scam on. I've had this guy playing, I've played a recording of this guy where he's completely trying to rip this woman off. And I've had people, we've dug into this shit. Josh Lab is nothing but a tragedy pimp who uses women. He's done weird romance scams. It's not my words. It's his survivor's words. When what could he if Don had the money to do this? What could he get out of Josh? He lives with his grandmother, literally. And Doug, what's he gonna get out of Doug? At this point, you're fighting like Google AdSense checks. Now Chris McDonough would be a good one to go after. I've told him that. Especially that he's done this before in the past and got sued behind it, court documents. The problem is, forget about all those tragedy pimps. Molly too. Molly would be a good one too. But forget about all that. And I've told Don and Candace all this. On the screen, you have Brian Enton. Why is he asking Don this? This is supposed to be the latest update. Just pay attention. Keep watching.
Her fault, but
No,
you know what I mean?
no, she's a good mother. She loves her children. She's not going to allow any situation like that. The biggest mistake she might have made is maybe choosing some wrong friends, which is, it happens.
Don Wells pleaded guilty to driving under the influence last year.
Okay, I told you about Brian Enton, and I told you about News Nation. So thus far, what in the hell does a DUI have to do with Summer Wells missing? John! Come here! Over here!
What's up?
Remember when I got arrested?
Yeah.
The DUI?
Huh?
Where were you that night?
I think I was here.
Excused. Carry on.
All right.
It has nothing to do with anything. It has nothing to do with anything. I got a DUI. What does me having getting a DUI have anything to do? Well, let me say this first. The kid was not in the car with me. I didn't get a DUI either. They tried to hit me with one. But my point is, what does that have to do with the investigation? Nothing. This is what I'm trying to tell you about Brian Enton. And this all comes behind people like Josh and Drug No Thanks Investigates. They'll take a clip like this and exploit the hell out of it. A lot of other people too. Prayer Garden, all these channels that just, they don't do research. They take something and make their own narrative about it. Their own narrative. But what does that have to do with, why is this even in, this is an update about Summer Wells, not Don.
Candace also filed an order of protection against him, but asked for it to be dismissed. He now faces criminal charges in 3 states, including a domestic assault arrest in 2020. 2 years later, investigators have not charged either Don or his wife in connection to Summer's disappearance.
Everybody makes mistakes, and we all have to learn and go on. We're doing better.
Call me crazy, but I feel like they're trying to kind of want to go there for Summer, but they have to get their clicks and views. They got to stir the pot. This is what the media does, people. And if you don't understand it, then I don't know what to tell you. This is exactly why when I was out there in the Petito case, I saw CNN and they got all bonered up when FBI agents started walking out the house. This is exactly why I would never have this opportunity again. When I know I'm looking behind the person holding the CNN camera and they're like, oh, we're live in the Petito case, blah, blah. I said, hey, Trump 2024, because I know their viewers will never hear that. I need to let who's watching that live thing, even though in a sense it was a bit disrespectful to the Petito family at that time until I learned their political views. But at the time it was a bit disrespectful for me to do. But I would never get an opportunity to I don't know how many people are going to watch that live thing, to let them know what real people think. So I did it, and I never looked back. I made a video about it. I even asked a CNN correspondent, well, what do you think about Don Lemon? Why does he keep lying to the American people? He turned red like a chick when I was, 13 years old, saying, can I see your boobies? It was that weird. It was that awkward. I'm just saying.
So it's still very rough for my wife.
That picture that you just saw was made by AF Pennington.
Wells sat down with News Nation to talk about where the case stands today. His wife hasn't sat down for an interview since this appearance on Dr. Phil in 2021.
That is because every single time she talks about the case, everything gets twisted and turned, and it's unreal what they have done to Candace. And people speculate. People say, well, why do Don and Candace separate on interviews? In my opinion, and I'll be completely honest with you, in my opinion, Don Wells is numb to some of these assholes on YouTube. In the beginning, he may have not dealt with it the best way, but he's gotten really hip and he knows how to answer stuff. In my opinion, Candace is extremely hurt. It hurts me, and my wife could probably back me up with this. It hurts me to hear YouTubers say that she's this evil murderer, and these people don't know her. They don't. First off, she's shy. She's a very shy person. Second off, she does mourn her daughter. Third off, I know for a fact, and I'm not going to say too much here. They to this day they work with TBI. That I know for 1,000%. I've been on the phone. Listen, take it for what you want. What I just said. It's sad to watch people just mutt this woman like she didn't care about her daughter. It's actually hurtful. This video here was hard for me to watch because I feel like they started off to give a good update, but they just went far left, and they Brian Enton. Who is Brian Enton? You know who Brian Enton is? Somebody you know because of the Gabby Petito case. This is not my words. He will fully admit to you that because of the coverage of the Gabby Petito, all his social media accounts have skyrocketed. And they throw him in all the true crime cases that News Nation covers. He's been all over the Idaho 4. He's been... This is what they utilize Brian Enton for. And I'm here to personally tell you that he did shenanigans on me. I don't care if you love me or hate me. What I'm telling you is I called it out. And he ran away like the bitch that he is. This guy knows he knows what he's doing. He also is in a Vanity Fair article where Vanity Fair is calling out Bullhorn Betty's behavior. And he says he's scared of Bullhorn Betty. So he doesn't want to say anything bad. It's because they follow each other. I mean, any opinion Bullhorn Betty has on a case, Brian Enton has the same opinion. Each and every time. Petito, Idaho 4, Wells, every single time. And he's also admitted he's scared of her. It amazes me people don't pick these things up. It's actually crazy.
One, where she walked out of an interview in Texas.
No, I'm being interrogated again, and I don't want to do this. Yes, I am.
We'll stop. I want you to feel comfortable.
Since Summer's disappearance, Don says their life has been consumed by harassment from people online who believe they're responsible for whatever happened to Summer.
Before you know it, you're getting a mob going. My wife could go to the store and somebody would scream at her, baby killer. Candace.
He sent us videos from one of his job sites where some people were demanding to speak with him about the case.
We're gonna follow you. We're gonna wait here all day.
Don says it's gotten so bad he had to leave the state. Now the two live in a motel in Arkansas, where Don was able to find a new job. As for Summer's case, Don says they have private investigators working with police. The Hawkins County Sheriff's Office is still working alongside the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Both agencies declined to give us an interview. Don says he hasn't learned anything new from police, but has always said he believes Summer was abducted. In the past, the sheriff said there's no evidence that happened.
Nothing pointing to abduction, nothing pointing to foul play, other than her walking outside the house and not being found.
There was also a key tip from a neighbor in 2020.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Musa. There we go. Here comes Jody Sue, the moron.
A woman and her teen children told police they heard a scream about an hour before Summer went missing.
I wish every day that when I heard that scream, I hadn't tried to dismiss it.
But the sheriff.
Why didn't this interview, this update on the Summer Wells case, News Nation, Brian Etton, why did you not report that lady with the blonde hair, Jody Sue, the lady that sounds like she drank a fifth of Jack and Daniel and chewed on a bag of marbles, why have you not reported that they dismissed her claim? Why? Why are you bringing up a DUI, things, domestic shit with Candace? Why are you repeating the narrative of the? We're far past. We knew the Jody Sue thing from the beginning. Why now on the this was released on the 15th, just so you know, exactly 2 weeks ago. Why are you repeating the narrative? Jody Sue, her police have dismissed that. They've literally, you can Google this. They've said, hey, yeah, we heard her, but yeah, it does nothing. So why are you repeating it? Where's the real update? The only part of this media bullshit update was the first 3 seconds when they said, we have new images of Summer Wells, computer-generated images. The rest is just repeated narrative. Don getting a DUI has absolutely nothing to do with the disappearance of Summer Wells. Any domestic shit between Don and that has nothing to do. The key witness in the beginning of the case, this lady with the blonde hair, that was important at the time. Police have dismissed it. I don't care about YouTubers or this key witness that heard something now having a YouTube channel, go figure. No, that means nothing in reality. We're taking it away from YouTube streets and dealing with reality. It has nothing to do with the whereabouts of Summer Wells. This is not an update. This is a remixed bullshit video. Is all this is.
Sheriff said after multiple interviews, that tip led nowhere. One clue
there it is. Police said after multiple interviews, that tip led to nowhere. She'll die on that hill. But here's how sick it is, and here's why there's so much Summer Wells drama. That tip led to nowhere. Yet she's got a channel with 6,000 subs. Her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, dude that used to sell dope to little kids, that, not my words, hers, has a channel, and he answers open questions. Apparently that guy's answering questions now, but let me save you the hassle. Somebody already asked the question about Don and Candace, and he honestly answered it. Yeah, they were very concerned. They were freaked out. I can't put it in words, is what he said. So there's no need to watch the rest of his channel. He's telling you raw, real honesty right there. But wait, there's more. Here come the tragedy pimps. Chris McDonough gets a boner. He feels the need to call this lady's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, whatever the hell he is, a few times with his terrific investigative skills. He has a conversation, then he tries to call back and disguise his voice And the dude calls it out. He's like, "Is this Chris McDonough?" That guy Chris McDonough is desperate. He's an ex-homicide detective. I can't tell. They got sued for having little kids tried to get him to admit to something they did not do. We have other tragedy pimps that look at him like Jesus Christ himself. The lab, drug no thanks. Well, not so much drug anymore because of a jealousy issue, but it is sick. You have other. It's like a subreddit. It's like a Summer Wells true crime. It is its own niche. And the drama that revolves around it is these people who don't understand the law and they just run with stuff, or they do understand it and keep people hooked. You have Pandrew, which is the reason I made that video the other day, which will become a playlist. Here you have a guy who his kid comes out the shower, asks for a clean towel. He can't provide it to him. But he's charging you $5 a question regarding summer. He doesn't even know the Wells. He does not even know the Wells. If he was to do a live charging $5 a question, he'd have one live to do. And it would last about 20 to 30 minutes. People are just so gullible, or they don't understand the law. They will flock to this guy for some type of information. He's already. Let's take the context away. How good do you know your neighbor? And they were not neighbors. So what I'm about to say applies to Jody Sue and Pandrew and Jody Sue's ex-boyfriend and whoever else is involved with that shit. I'm talking to you about your next door neighbor. How good do you know them? Do you know them enough to charge $5 a question and answer questions for months at a time? I don't. I could do one live. One live. I couldn't talk to you for 3 months about my neighbor. I don't know that much, and neither do you. But you have creators on here that are pimping it. Don B. You don't know them people. People are just gullible and crazy. But look, as a YouTuber, we have to make videos about what the media says. Here you have the media. This is why there's so much bullshit drama, man.
They're still looking for is a pickup truck seen in the area around the time Summer vanished. It's described as a red or maroon Toyota truck with ladders on the back. Even if it's found, police aren't sure if the truck is connected to the case.
I do have hope. Whatever the outcome is, I have hope in God. One day, either sooner or later, I will be with my daughter again.
The sheriff declined an interview in the case. He did email us, though, saying he expects an update on the case in the near future. Also, Don and Candace have 3 boys. They were taken by Child Services a month after Summer's disappearance.
What does that have anything to do with the investigation with Summer Wells? We're talking about Summer Wells. You've gone more than out of your way to bring up this guy got a DUI. There's been a domestic dispute between the mom and dad. And by the way, a month after she was reported missing, keyword after. Like if you guys don't see this, man, I mean, I'm not going to call anybody stupid or gullible anymore, but it's right there in front of your face. This is our media, and this is a problem in our country. You know, next thing I want to say, man, let me hit some comments real fast. Next thing I want to say is, let me bring up some other drama that's been going on. No gag. That's all it is, man. Listen, man. Opportunist, man. Opportunist. Man, people are trying to capitalize off. I've never seen something like Summerwell's case where there's so many people that are so diehard invested in it. It's and I've made fun of people and say like you're obsessed and stuff. That's really the way I feel, but it's very strange. It's very strange the way that people do this. No, is Michelle? No. Michelle, is Michelle in here? No, don't time that lady out. Where's she at? Michelle After Dark, I want her to hit the link. Do not time her out. Where's Michelle at? Hey, lady, you're more than willing to hit the link. Wow! Michelle, come talk about it. I want to hear your feelings. I have a great concern. I want you to be able to address your concerns to me. I want to hear what you have to say. Now, Michelle, I understand you present yourself as an educated woman on the internet, okay? A woman, an Aussie, if you will. So I'm presenting the link to debate you. And I hope you don't run from this. I'm just a dumb felon. So this should be an easy one for you to win. Okay, hit the link and tell me about your Karen comments. Okay, please. I'm dying to hear from you. Do not time that lady out. Then go to her comments and get her back. Noelle, you timed Michelle After Dark out. Don't time that lady out. Go to her comments. We're going to wait on this. Go to Michelle After Dark and say, White Boy's inviting me on. Go get her. Please go get her right now. Troll accounts, alt accounts, get her over here. How come no one got my attention that she's in here? Mods, be calling my phone. If I'm blabbling, get my attention. Go get her. Why didn't you tell me? Where's Michelle After Dark is in here?
No, I don't fucking know.
Don't be timing her out.
Who? If you're yelling at me, don't. Because I'm washing dishes.
All right. So go get her. Mods, go get her. Have her come back. I want to hear what the grievance was. Here's what happened. I said her name, and somebody in the bushes was watching, and they went and got her. And her name's not in the title. She was in this comment section because somebody in the bushes was watching that's a loyal Michelle After Dark fan. Thinks she's terrific. And they got her to come over. So I can't have the bushes out doing the best chat in the game. Go get her. Go comment. Now, if she don't come back, we know she's an Aussie coward. We would know that she's an Aussie coward. But I gotta know that there's at least 10 people jumping over there right now saying, hey man, White Boy didn't see your comment. Smash the link. I told you, open conversation. That lady needs to stop. She has she's no business wandering over here. I can back up what I say, lady. You and your ridiculous accent. What you do is hang from testicles. Swing! It's all you do. You would not hit this link. There's no basis. I will delete this YouTube channel if you can beat me in a debate over the Summerwell's case. You have a lot to say about it. Every single one of your videos that you do with your stupid ass dog and this and that, you have all this to say about the Summerwell's case. Let's have a debate on facts. Bitch, you won't show your face. That's what I know. Michelle in the dark is what you should call yourself. You will not come up here and debate this case because you can't. You won't. Yes, she was. Go get her. Did we get her? Hit 1 if you went and got her. Oh, well, that's my message to you then. How about that? You still won't come. How about that? See if we can turn it around. You still won't come over here, even though you weren't here. All right, look, let me show you this ridiculous shit. This is why the Summer Wells case is ridiculous. I'm going to link this in the description. What's up, Plug? Y'all should be sub to him, man. We had a good discussion about race. Cross your heart. Very good creator. Good. I appreciate it, Skunk. Good. She needs to stay in Australia anyhow. Shout out to my Aussies. Shout out to my Aussies. Listen, let me clear this up. I love my Australian subscribers. But this lady is an Australian clout chaser. She's only worried about Summer Wells. Bitch, this is happening in the United States. There's all type of people missing in Australia. You ain't talking about it. Bitch, you're a clout chaser. Get your bitch ass up. Get your bitch ass up. Get your bitch ass up. Worry about what's going on in Australia. We in the United States, we got this over here. All right, look. Let me show you these morons. You Swear Garden of Australia. We're deporting Swear Garden tonight. We're deporting her. Let me show you her chat. So apparently, Justice for Nobody, this guy, Justice for Nobody, feels like an idiot. I honestly don't know what the drama's about. Look, here's the deal. I was ragging on Nana's Angels, that scumbag Kathy, but I have to give that one a little bit of credit. Now watch this. Why do I give her credit? Because she gave the box back to Candace. Now apparently the internet is very. They all went to the beach and got sand in their pussy about this one because yeast infections, if you will. Because Kathy should have gave the box to the TBI. Morons. Let me tell you how this works. Let me tell you how this thing works. When the FBI went to Don's house, this is FBI agents. They are trained in this shit. They snagged some articles of clothing, random ones, whichever ones they decided to snag, and let the dogs smell the selected items. And then the doggy went to find the smell. Now, when the FBI, which is the TBI, was there, they did not happen to select the said box. So this whole argument about they should have gave the box to TBI, huh? Morons! You're acting as though the FBI didn't know about the box. No! They just didn't pick it up and select the dog to smell it. Dur, 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 dur. So for you to leave your caring comments and say the FBI should have it, I think the FBI should. Hey, moron. The FBI was there. They didn't select the box. They took other articles and had the dog sniff that. So your thinking is, after 2 years, you should present the box and say, hey, I know you were there. Now, I know you have the law degree, and I know you were a police officer, and you got a raise to this and that, and promoted, and finally you got into the FBI. I know that. But I watched my show After Dark, and I think, and Swear Garden of Australia, And I think that you overlook the box. They're going to laugh in your face. Laugh in your face. If the dog has the scent. It's what they're trained to do. It's what they're trained to do. What is FBI going to do? Take a fingerprint off the box? Take DNA off the box? Morons! Morons! So stupid. So stupid. But apparently, these jackasses are having a beef. And I get drug into it. This would be this fucking dude, who's justice for nobody, who's done nothing but put makeup on and get sand in his vagina because he's a natural woman. Because he's a natural woman. He's such a natural woman. You know, I respect that he's LGBT so much that I think that he's so LGBT. Look here. What I'm trying to say is this. Who is anyone? Look, man. Justin is obviously a parent. Okay. We all know that Bill Gates put the pregnant man emoji in the emoji box. And obviously he could go date another man. Duh. Get them pregnant. Duh. And have a baby. And be a good parent. So what I'm saying is Justice for Nobody, has the uttermost upper echelons of parenting skills than Don and Candace. Duh. But this guy and Crazy Critter Farms and Swear Garden of Australia, aka so Swear Garden of Australia, just so everybody understands, is the equivalent to like Don and Jody Sue, the Wells and Jody Sue, their neighbors. Swear Garden of Australia and Michelle After Dark are the same neighbors. Just so we're on the same page. These people are having a beef. Why is White Boy getting thrown into this? Why? You know why? Because this dude is deathly afraid of me. He does not want no smoke. And either does this lady on my shirt. So let me show you the screenshots. This is out of control. You people need to start paying me. You can't be just using my name for clout like this to get rid of your trolls. I'm not going for it. Okay, I'm smarter than that. Right, look at this shit. So this one says, Daisy is going to put White Boy on you, Prayer Garden. She said he will go to your house. Daisy needs gone. White Boy knows better. He's a felon, somebody says. Daisy's over there threatening you. Prayer Garden of America. Daisy just made a real life threat to have White Boy locked down, go to your house. Okay, look, people, look here. Look here, man. Y'all need to start paying me for this war daddy type shit. No, first off, y'all people have already included me in the FBI, and I don't even know who Summer Wells is. Okay, I've never met her. I don't know her. I know her parents. Okay, you people are there's a missing kid, but you put me in this drama. Okay, this fucking guy here has already misunderstood a comment And you people call the FBI. These people are laughing at you. No, they're not laughing at you. But they don't take you serious. But don't put me in this bullshit drama, man. Don't put me in this drama. Don't put me in this drama. What's going on here? And my perception of this is Miss Daisy is going through with these people, and she knows that either Swear Garden of Australia or this guy, they wouldn't say my name for a winning lottery ticket because I embarrassed them. Just like Drug No Thanks and all these people. So they're gonna stay clear from ever saying my name. And she recognizes and knows that. But that doesn't mean you can say these things. Like, I'm cool and all, Miss Daisy, but you can't be doing this shit because these people call the FBI and put me in it, man. And it's like, I remember watching when Drug No Thanks put me in an FBI call. That was one of the weirdest moments I've ever witnessed on the internet. You're involving me all the way in Florida in a missing little girl's case. And you sound like a moron. But this is what these people do. This guy right here just called the TBI this week. Please don't do that. Don't do that, man. Just hit me up and I'll make a parody and get them off your ass. But don't be telling people I'm going to their houses, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because these people are fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Don't do that, man. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't do that. I'm asking you not to do that. Don't do that. Who's from England? There is no air conditioning. That's true. He's telling you the truth. There's only fans. No air conditioning in Florida prison. He's telling you the truth. Lol. All right, look. Pearls. He needs pearls. His name is Justice for Nobody. He's helped absolutely nobody. He puts on makeup. Sometimes he twerks. Remember when he was simping for Molly? He said like 2 words. Justice for Nobody would hit Molly's live and was the equivalent to Crime and Justice on Drug No Thanks live. Like, they're exactly the same. Could you imagine if those two collabed? You might as well be talking sign language. Jesus Christ. You wouldn't hear nothing. Unreal. But he's just confused. He don't know where he fits in. Don't be involved with me in that shit. Whether it's Miss Daisy, listen, man. Look, don't be telling people I'm going to someone's house, man, because I'm not gonna do that. It ain't that serious. I don't take Michelle in the Dark serious. I don't take Swear Garden of Australia serious. Justice for Nobody. I'm smart enough to realize that they're running a game, and I'd have to be a moron to A, donate to them, to B, believe any narrative these people said. But I don't want people, because I understand there's a lot of people watch this channel, and I understand the obsessed people with someone else's case. They are so eager for any fucking update. I am not going to no one's house. Okay. Not only that, I wanted to bust down one more thing. The point of this live really was to kind of show you people the last media update in Summer's case. But I wanted to break down that you're hearing this reaction from White Boy who has had personal interaction with Brian Enton and his news media group. Okay, I'm not saying that I talked to them one time and claiming that I know them. No, I was around them for like 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, Brian Enton knows who White Boy is. That I can promise you. And you already know I know the family. So you have my views and you've heard me say things before, but here it is now tonight that we can break down a media update and we can decipher through the bullshit. Okay? And we can see why other channels have a real distaste in their mouth for the parents. And I completely understand that. If that's where you come from, I completely understand that. But just like I can understand if you feel different than me, I need you to level with me here and watch the video. And when I pause it and ask why are they saying this, I need you to level with me there. Because why has this thing became the Wells parents are guilty and the Wells parents are innocent? Why? It's like them playing the race card. That's stupid. We need to have these conversations. It's stupid. None of that has anything to do with Summer. Well, I mean, it does, but we have to look at the facts. And when the facts come into play, what is the media reporting that they're getting from the police? This is the side that I'm on. I'm not siding with YouTubers who I know are tragedy pimps and I know they're trying to play you for money. No, man. No way in hell. No way in hell. No way in hell. But here's another thing I want to address, and I think I'm going to go live about this tomorrow, and I probably shouldn't say this right now. But what time are we at? An hour and a half? You know what? I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm gonna take some comments because I know what it will open. I appreciate that, Teddy. Yeah, smash a like for sure. Michelle is what? Did we get her up here? I'm gonna tag her in this. Does John this seriously still have a channel? This guy, he's an idiot. No, I love the Aussies. I love the Aussies. I got a lot of good. No, I'm not. Listen, I got a lot of cool Australian subscribers, and I am not taking a shot at you guys. But this lady, Michelle in the Dark, this is all she does. This lady walks her dog and has these conspiracy theories. And then she says, oh, I was wrong about this. I don't know. People watch it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Prayer Garden, listen, man. Here's the deal. Prayer Garden of Australia. Here's the deal. I'm going to keep it real with you. I told you I would give you something new tonight, some information that I should not have repeated from Don and Candace Wells. Here's the deal. Prayer Garden of Australia. Initially, now, somehow, some way, I can't confirm of how it was done. But rumor has it, Prayer Garden of Australia was sent a penis photo, a dick pic, if you will. Now, from what I can confirm, for the longest time, she thought it was from Don Wells, and she fell in love and became obsessed, if you will. Now, the problem is this. Here's the problem. According to Tragedy Pimps, Benjamin Keys made alive, and he had a plastic bag on the thumbnail, and he said, I have Don's phone. So, when since everyone believes Tragedy Pimps and everything, this is what we do with Summer Wells' case. Since he had Don's phone and all, what had happened was, really, Benny went into the bathroom and took a penis shot because he wanted to save it as wallpaper on Don's phone. And through this process, accidentally was trying to send Tiffany Marie a picture of the cock and accidentally hit Prayer Garden of Australia's number. Quickly tried to delete the text. Therefore, Don did not know what the fuck's going on. Further along, leaving Prayer Garden of Australia to finger bang her clitoris until it almost fell off like sandpaper, but making Benjamin Keys the culprit. Now, all I can say is she's still on one. Okay? We can't tell her that it was Benny's cock because that would be mean. But we have to make her think that it was Don's. Is all I'm saying here. Is all I'm saying. If we're going to throw confusion and drama into the case, well, I will too. Seriously. The sandpaper? That thing is numb. She's rubbed one. She's rubbed it numb. Talk about rub one out. That's why she's so mad and cusses all the time. Because when she can't even rub one out anymore, it's just like numb. It's just numb. It's like she might as well put icy hot on it forever. It's not working anymore. The juices ain't flowing right. The piping's bad, if you will. The piping's bad. It's like sandpaper. No. There'll be no rescues on here. No. Answer is no. Yes, 100% clear off. I'm gonna go back and tag Prayer Garden of America, of Australia, and all these people. But please, man, this video, did I drop it in the chat? Let me drop this video in the chat. Yeah, I did. I did drop it in the chat. This video should tell you a lot. It's our media. I'm disappointed in Brian, and I want to like him, man. I want to like him. I know him. He's a small dude. I swear to God, you people, man, I have nothing to gain by lying. He's definitely scared of white boy. You know, and I wanted to like him because he's from News Nation, which is a news provider that I will listen to from time to time. Put it like this. I'll become friends with somebody from CNN.
Some people want to see you. Come here. Scooch. That one.
Maybe get her to jump.
Let's get the hell out of the way.
Gonna jump on this.
Come here.
Hey, Rose.
Hi. Say hi. Say hi. She got her little tail wagging.
She's tired.
I know she is.
Hey, hey.
No more. No, we don't like that noise. All right, babies, come on.
She's tired.
She just lets me drag her around.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna jump off here. What I'm gonna say is this here. News Nation is a media place I want to listen to. CNN, I will never hit one of their videos ever. I became friends. I befriended somebody that worked for CNN because I was pressing this dude hard out there at the Tito case. I made videos about it. This dude, okay, kept it real with me. I told you, they're going live. I'm behind them talking about, hey, Trump 2024, stop the steal. I was saying all type of shit, okay? There's this dude, and I asked him, now I'm live. You ain't the only one with the camera, motherfucker. You might have more people watching, but I got people watching too. And we're gonna get this shit live. So I said, hey man, what's up? Who do you work for? CNN. And he put his head down. I said, dude, why is Don Lemon lying to the people? This is shenanigans. He put his head down. Man, this guy ended up being like a main source of information for me out there. After that little like brush up, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say that I didn't recognize that he was a little intimidated by me. I did recognize that, so I jumped on it because when I walked up, he'd be looking at the floor and shit. Goes, hey man, what's going on? What's the bullshit today? The meat potatoes of this is I intimidated him enough to where he opened up to me. And I'm not going to bully the dude. I don't like CNN, but I've pressed the issue enough to where he's actually being honest with me. And now I'm approaching him in a different way. I'm not being a dick to him. I'm not having a political bias towards him. I'm not being an asshole. Now we're having a conversation. And he would let me know what's going on with the case. Sure, I'd be out there vlogging the Petito case, but I'm not out there all day. So he would inform me of what went on throughout the day. One time, he was chasing Brian Laundrie's father on I-75. I ride on I-75 every single day of my life to go to work. The speed limit is 65. When he's telling me he's behind them, they can't post the video because they're flying after this guy going over 100 in the red truck. That's news that you guys need to hear that you'll never get anywhere else. And he didn't even know I had him live. I wasn't holding the phone like this. I just put it down like this. He didn't even know he was telling me. But you guys got it live. The point is, I start to trust this dude because I'm giving him real reaction, real response, and real communication. And he's comfortable with me because he knows I'm real. Because to be honest with you, he does know that Don Lemon was lying. And the reason I become friends with him is he was like, hey, are you live? I'm like, no. He's like, man, I don't really want to work here. It's a gig. I got it. And it pays good money. He had me sold right then and there. So I was done fucking with him at that point in time. Dude, I respect that. And every source of information, communication, conversation thereafter was truthful. Not saying that what he said before wasn't, but I came on it on a biased perspective, calling him out for it. The same exact way people who look at Summer's parents as guilty do when they come to a channel like this. If we cannot put that behind us, okay, get through the ego, get through the difference, get through the bias. If we can't have an honest conversation, We will never get to the bottom of it. But if we're both, you can be over there, I can be over there. If we're both watching this news thing and then making YouTube videos behind it, there's a big problem there. There's a big problem there. This is why Michelle in the Dark, and this is why Prayer Garden of Australia with her sandpaper clip would never come on a channel like this, ever, for the love of Jesus Christ. They get destroyed. This is why Daisy utilized me to go to one of their houses, which I would never do. Which I would never do. Get him, Miss Joanne. I despise Trump with every core of my being. I know you're Trump supporters. Here's the thing. Just because we don't agree on politics doesn't mean we can't be friends. Hey, I appreciate that. And no, I don't want anyone being rude to her. Him. You don't have to like Trump or dislike Trump to talk and care about Summer Wells. So do not be talking shit to this person in the comments. I 100% agree with that. It's fine. Just for the record, just so you know personally, I'm talking to Teddy M. I only like Trump and DeSantis a little bit, and Myron Donalds, and maybe Matt Gaetz, but that is it. That's about as far right, if you will, that I am. I don't like the Conservative Party. I think they're cowards. And I don't hate the left. I don't even hate Biden. I dislike him. I think he's a little bit corrupt. I don't hate him. I don't hate anybody. But I think they're a uni party. And I think that this is why I don't want anyone saying anything to miss. I can't tell if there's a dog on the photo. Teddy is it, he, she, pronoun, whatever, doesn't even matter. No one talks shit to that person. Listen, this shit, it reminds me of gangs in prison. I almost joined a gang, and then I did not join the gang, and I'm glad I didn't join the gang, because that's what's happening in American politics. This is why Michelle in the Dark should not be obsessed with the cases over here, because what I'm about to talk about right now, me and Teddy, you don't know anything about. You're all the way in Australia, all the way in Australia. You haven't talked about any missing kid cases over there. None. None. Not one. You are so focused on the Summer Wells case. How could you be so focused all the way in a different country about the Summer Wells case? You don't even know the laws over here. You don't know how things work. But you're so focused. You got to take care of your house and home first, lady. Michelle in the Dark. I think you got your sandpaper too, is what I really think. I think deep down inside, you're doing all these videos because you got the sandpaper going on. That thing might be numb down there. I don't know. All I know is you talk about Don and Candace way too much. It doesn't add up and make sense with the facts and what the police are saying. You're sandpaper gang. You're hashtag sandpaper gang is what I think. Is what I think. But anyway, I appreciate you stopping by here, knowing where I side at, and it doesn't bother you. So I don't want nobody, man, in my comments, and it's probably my fault for saying who I support. But please, man, if we're talking about true crime, missing people, I don't care about Trump and Biden. It's got nothing to do with the conversation. I really do appreciate that comment. Appreciate that. We can't be shutting down speech. That's the problem, man. If somebody comes over here and doesn't like Trump or whatever, we can't be trolling them and being hurtful and spiteful to them, because if we do that, then how do we complain about these big tech companies censoring speech? We're doing no better. We're doing no better. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to see that shit in the comments, man. That actually took a lot of balls to say. It really did. So I don't want to see that shit. I respect that person big time. Yes, I understand this. It's not a thing about it, man. It's not a thing about it. I don't have a problem with Miss Daisy at all. Who's not Aussies? Michelle in the Dark is an Aussie. You're a woman though. Now that I respect more. So you have a real vagina. Last time I checked, there's only one vagina. Now, here's the thing. This guy will tell you that he's got a vagina. The thing about it is, I remember being a young man, and I remember, losing my virginity. We used to have a term, and we'd say, pop the cherry. Pop the cherry. The problem is, this guy has a berry. Now, a cherry would be a vagina and a cherry. Now, a berry it's like a butt, it's a berry. It's a butt cherry. It's a berry, a butt cherry, a berry. This is why they won't talk about white boy. He ain't gonna make a video. He ain't gonna say nothing to me. He'll be watching this. But so I understand why Miss Daisy said it. And I'm not mad at her about it at all. She should have just reached out to me, whatever. I'm not mad at her at all. The thing is, these people will crank a live up and call TBI and say that I'm coming. Listen, they've done it before. I've literally, old white boy, all the way in South Florida, somehow, some way, have been in a freaking phone call to the FBI in regards to Summerwell's disappearance. How? Because of a YouTube beef. These people are out of control. Out of control. And they will do it again. They're doing it to people in the comments, saying it's Candace. I don't want no problems with no FBI. None of them. I don't want them knowing my name, channel. These people these people are doing this. So I'm not going to nobody's house, and I have to clear it up. I have a problem. I understand why she did it. It was calculated. It was smart. But man, don't be saying I'm going to nobody's house. All you have to do is say, hey, I'm gonna get my friend White Boy to make a parody. And they would have buckled. They would have ran under the bed, done whatever they have to do. But don't be saying I'm going to somebody's house. Please, for the love of Jesus Christ. Don't do that to me. I'll be skull fucking for like 3 weeks. I'm out of here, man. I appreciate that, dude. Very good comment. I gotta eat something, y'all. It's very late. Holy shit, 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, leave the wells alone, man. Listen, man, at the end of the day, if you watch this video, I don't care if you agree with. First off, let's take the political thing out of here. The only thing with the politics is this. Either you agree with, at the end of the day, it's about a missing girl. Okay? I know a lot of people are attracted to this missing girl's photos, which worries me off the face value. I think about it all the time. Why are so many people obsessed with this case? Why are they so attracted to this little girl? All the way in different countries. Obsessed. Why? That's a little worrisome. It's a little worrisome. Next point is, what's up with the case? And it's, since people in other countries, Michelle in the Dark, and Swear Garden of Australia, since they want to continually cover this, what you guys are doing is adding to our political tension. Why does everything have to be so divisive? Why has it got to be support the Wells and the Wells are guilty? Why? Why can't we look at it and have civil discourse about fact-based information, not YouTube channels' opinions? There's facts and opinions. Why? But if you keep doing this from your countries, you're doing no better than the already divisive problems that we have. If you want to talk about the United States, talk about it all. Everything's divisive. They're trying to divide us about race. They want a Christian white man at the bottom. Talk about it all. Talk about it all. Don't talk about the pretty little girl with blonde hair that you're obsessed about. Talk about everything. Talk about, okay, how about this? I understand it. You don't want to talk about everything. Fine. Since you're obsessed about the case, really talk about the case. Let's really jump into it. The FBI, TBI, you're all the way in Australia. Okay? Let me educate you. Our FBI also is divided. How could you love and be an advocate and be obsessed, but not recognize that in our country, the justice system is getting broke. They're indicting one side and giving the other side sweetheart deals. This is the same government branch / FBI that is in charge of Summer Wells that you're mad about. You're mad that the Hawkins police are not doing their job. You're mad that there's no updates. You're blaming Don and Candace Wells. No, that's the wrong thing to start with. You need to start with the FBI. But you won't talk about those things because you won't open your audience up to those things. Because everybody watching this, whether it's live or the replay, has had their parents tell them, hey, politics and religions, don't talk about it. Well, welcome to White Boy Radio. And if you want to talk about Summer Wells, then what we're going to do from here on out is yank you, push you into a position where you talk about your beliefs. Because how could you talk about Summer Wells, which involves the FBI, but not talk about politics? You can't. And the more you continue to drag this shit on, the more videos. You know, I wish I would have pushed Doug into a position like this because I've spoken to him about politics. He's clueless, which baffles me. He would go live every single night about Don and Candace. He lives in California with Gavin Newsom. People, there's shit all over the sidewalks there. All over the sidewalks there. Walgreens gets robbed. CNN just did a interview at the Walgreens about the theft in the Walgreens branch, and it got robbed 3 times during the coverage. I post on my community wall. There's a naked broad running around the freaking highway in California, shooting people in their cars. But this is Michelle in the dark and Prayer Garden in Australia with the sandpaper clip. You're not understanding. That's one state in our country where that shit gets to ride out. No problem. No problem. But if it's another state, it'd be a different ball game. See, you don't understand what's going on over here. You don't get it what's going on over here. So how could you actually know what's going on? You don't know what's going on. All right, y'all, I'm gonna jump off here. Almost 2 hours. Share this one out. I'm gonna tag some people. You mean England and America, Mark? Look here, man. This is the motherfucking United States of America. That's all I know. That's all I know. Hey, I appreciate that. I'm gonna make sure no one ever messes with you. I appreciate your balls and courage. I really do. And I'm glad that I looked in the comments and no one else said anything rude to you. I really appreciate that. So I'll make sure that you always have a voice here. And people, look, it's the first thing I said when I did this live. It's open for everybody. Because people who disagree with us, we have moderators. When I have the Wells on, or I'm talking about Summer's case, which is not a lot, but when I do appreciate you guys for being nipping it in the butt and getting rid of the haters. But we're gonna have to open up these communication line a bit more and let them come in. And I'm not saying, Teddy, by any means that you're a hater. It's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I appreciate your courage for saying that you disagree with something that I'm saying. And I don't even think it pertains to Summer's case, but just the political side. I really have respect for that. And I cannot have anybody time you out, because that is the epitome of oppressing free speech. And that is what we need to have in America, because it's under attack. And people like Michelle in the dark ain't doing a fuck thing about it. They don't even know what's going on. Michelle in the dark. Why does your country have no guns? You know why? Because you're all worried about Don and Candace Wells and making videos every 10 seconds. That's why you can only have knives over there. That's all you can have. Knives. Because you were so worried about editing videos and making all these fucking videos on Don and Candace that right as you're editing the video and you're uploading it to YouTube, right over your head, they snagged your guns. They snagged them. You know, and Michelle in the dark, there's videos of your people during our George Floyd protest, and your people have the audacity to say, hands up, don't shoot. You don't have guns. There's no guns. There's no guns. Who's shooting? You're making Donald Wells Candace videos. Don and Wells. This is out of control, people. I'm driving myself crazy. I'm getting dumber as it goes. I'm jumping off. Until the next one.